So you're thinking about moving to Leander, Texas? Well, on today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top neighborhoods to live in this suburb, always growing suburb outside of Austin, Texas. We're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to hop onto my computer and we're going to get onto Google Maps, and I'm going to show you where each neighborhood is located and what's around it. And then after each neighborhood, I'm going to show you what it looks like in person. We're going to hop into my car and I'm going to drive around so that you get a feel for what each neighborhood looks like. But without further ado, let's get started. If this is your first time to the channel, bienvenidos to the channel. My name is Julio Monagas here in Austin, Texas. Always grow in Austin, Texas. And yes, we are going to be talking all things Austin and surrounding cities like Leander, Texas today. We're going to be talking about where to live, where to go eat, where to go dancing, grab a drink, anything and everything in between. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that little bell so that you're alerted when a new video comes out. And yes, on today's video, we're going to be talking about Leander that has been growing exponentially for the last 10 to 12 years. And it is showing no signs of stopping or slowing down. The population in Leander is approximately 60,000 people. So it's a smaller town. It still has kind of that country feel to it, but it is expanding. So make sure to stay tuned for this video. Also, make sure to stay tuned towards the end of the video because it involves dinosaur tracks. So if the kids are watching, make sure to check that out. And we also know how challenging it can be to relocate to any city in the country. So we are here to help you through that process. And this channel is to help you narrow down some of the areas that are of interest to you and that fit the needs of you and your family the best. So make sure to reach out whether you're thinking about moving 30 days from now, 6 months from now, or maybe even next year. Reach out via phone, text, or even a Zoom call, and we'd be more than happy to help you through this process, just like we've helped so many families so far. But without further ado, let's hop onto my computer and let's check out Leander, Texas. All right, everybody, Leander, Texas. Let's get going. I'm excited about this video because if you haven't seen my other video regarding Leander, the pros and cons of living in Leander, make sure to check that out. And also make sure to check out the major developments coming into the Austin area because I mentioned 2 major developments totaling about $2 billion coming into Leander. So this is one of the reasons why I'm excited about making this because there's a lot of exciting stuff happening in Leander. But just to give you an idea of what it looks like on the map, this is the location of Leander, hugging the hill country. So 2 of the neighborhoods that I'm going to touch on today have beautiful, beautiful views because Leander is hugging the hill country where you get a lot of elevation here in Texas. Obviously nothing compared to what you see in California and in the Northwest, but for us, this is a lot of elevation and you get really beautiful views and vistas out of your home, which make these 2 neighborhoods a very, very good option for you if you like the space and the views. But I want to zoom out a little bit more to give you some reference to where Leander is located. So for example, so here is Austin or downtown Austin, and then Leander is all the way up here in the northwest corner. So without traffic, we're talking about 45 minutes. With traffic, which we usually get here in Austin, we're talking about closer to an hour. That's why in my pros and cons video, I mentioned that if you're somebody that travels a lot and you have to get to the airport, consider that when moving to Leander because it's not super close to the airport. However, the toll roads work very well. So if you were to come down 183, then 45, and then all the way 130 onto the airport right here, you usually don't find any traffic on the toll roads unless there's an accident. But we're still talking about 45 minutes to 50 minutes to get to the airport, maybe a little bit more. So consider that if you're somebody that travels a lot. But this just gives you an idea of where Leander is located. in comparison to Austin and the Hill Country. So very, very well located. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so now as we zoom into Leander, we're gonna start out with mentioning the two major developments that I just mentioned. And again, if you haven't watched that video, make sure to check that out, the major developments in Austin. Leander Springs, which is a great, exciting development coming in, and then Northline here, just north of it. I think they're totaling about $2 billion or more, bringing a ton of shops, restaurants, you name it. And then Leander Springs is bringing that Crystal Lagoon, which is very, very exciting. So now, as we're zoomed in here, let's talk about Horizon Lake. So Horizon Lake, this is one of the brand new communities that I wanted to touch on because of the location. So with these two developments coming in, so Leander Springs, let me point these out real quick. So with Leander Springs coming in right here and Northline coming in, also one thing to point out about Northline is that the metro rail that goes all the way to downtown, so when we're talking about downtown this way, the metro rail, so you don't even have to drive to get to downtown. Well, the metro is actually gonna have a station here in Northline. So people that live at Northline, or if you're visiting Northline, you will have easy access to downtown. So something to keep in mind. Again, this is why I'm excited about what's happening in Leander. But this particular neighborhood called Horizon Lake, Pulte and Taylor Morrison are the builders out there. And at one point during the pandemic and during the last 2 years, the craziness, they were bidding on the lots, so meaning on the dirt, and some of the bidding was going over $100,000, just to give you an idea of how crazy it got. Now, however, that has gone away. They are offering both to be built from the ground up, and then they're also offering inventory homes. For example, today I went and visited this community, and I talked to the sales rep at Pulte, and they have, I believe, about 5 homes available, and they're ranging in price from the mid 500s all the way up to the 600,000. So if this fits your price range, this is really a good option for you. And again, the reason why I'm excited about this area in general, again, because of those two developments, and also because there's a lot happening specifically here. So you have a big shopping center here where you have all the necessities that you need. You have a Walmart, you have an HEB, a Costco nearby. So you don't have to go really far to find what you need. Also, Hero Way, it's a major avenue that cuts across east and west in Leander, and it takes you all the way out to Ronald Reagan, which is a major highway coming north and south, and then it takes you out into the Hill Country, so to speak. So this area right here, I think in the next 5 to 10 years, so this area right here, in the next 5 to 10 years is going to be prime location in Leander, in my opinion. So now moving on, we are going to talk about another brand new community coming in called Divine Lake. The builder out here is Leander, and I believe right now they are still on a waiting list, but they are building like crazy. So, and they still have a lot of land to build on. They also have, just like Horizon, which I forgot to mention, just like Horizon, they have a little lake. The lake on Horizon, they're going to have an amenity center. They're going to have some hiking and biking trails around the lake. So it's going to be a really, really cool spot. And some of the homes there will have a view to the lake, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Same with Divine Lake. Again, Leander is the builder, and the same price range, anywhere between 500 and 600,000. Also in a very, very good location, and definitely a consideration. But enough talking for me. Let's hop in the car, and I'm gonna show you these two neighborhoods, Horizon Lake and Divine Lake. Let's do it. All right, so up next, I wanted to highlight another established neighborhood called Blockhouse Creek. For some reason, I want to keep saying blockchain. I don't know why. But very well located, a little bit more established. The good thing about this, or one of the things about this neighborhood is that it is lower in price. So if you're looking more for the 400 range, below 500, this is a great neighborhood that also has really good amenities, lots of trails. The amenity center has a pool and a splash pad. So all the things that you need for you and your family, but it is very well located. A little bit more established than the new construction neighborhoods, and the price is lower for those looking for that price. Also, it's very close to, I wanted to point out, it's very close to 2 HEBs, which that's always a good thing, right? And this huge, also another shopping center or strip mall as they call it. Again, you have an HEB here, another HEB, Target, Academy Sports and Outdoor. The hospital is really close. I believe that you also have a Costco right here and a Whole Foods. So really anything and everything that you need is within 5 minutes from you. So that's just to add on to, again, the 2 big developments that are coming in just north of it. So again, let me show you right here. So here is Blockhouse Creek. And then you have Leander Springs right here, Northline right here. But then you have all the shopping, restaurants, and more nearby. So you're very well located, sandwiched between these 2 shopping opportunities and restaurants. But the price point is a lot lower than the other ones that I mentioned. Obviously, the homes range from anywhere in the 12 to 1,300 square feet all the way up to 3,000 or more. So you have a good range there, but definitely a good option. As we're making our way up north, from the new, and remember, stay tuned for the last part of the video because if the kids are watching, it involves dinosaur tracks. So remember that. But another new construction neighborhood that I wanted to mention was Deerbrook. So this is another new construction. So along with Horizon Lake, right here, Horizon Lake, Divine Lake, you have Deerbrook. Again, very, very well located. It is a master plan community, huge master plan community. You have builders, you have Perry Homes, you have Gihon, you have GFO, Chesmar, Century Community, so Kesmar, I should say. A bunch of good builders out in this community, which will give you plenty of options. A beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. The price points are anywhere from the mid 500s all the way up into the 700s and 800s. The size of the home is anywhere from 1,500 square feet and then 3,000 plus. But a very, very good option as well if you're looking for that new construction home. And again, in a very good school district, which is a Leander school district. Now let's hop in the car and we're gonna go check out Blockhouse Creek right here and Deerbrook. right, so up next, we are gonna make our way a little bit down south and west. Whoops. And I'm gonna touch on two neighborhoods that are highly, highly sought out. Number one is Crystal Falls, but Crystal Falls is actually divided into subdivisions, so to speak, or little neighborhoods where most of them, if not all of them, are actually gated. So a really, really good option. So you have the Highlands, you have Caprock, you have the Fairways and Grand Mesa, just to name a few. The median home price out there in Crystal Falls is the median home price is $860,000. So a little bit higher in price compared to the other two communities that I just mentioned. But the reason being, one, it's established. The homes are a little bit bigger in size. So, I mean, it ranges anywhere from 2,000 square feet and I think all the way up to 4,000 and 5,000 square feet. Also, the main thing about this neighborhood is that, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is that you start getting into some elevation and some views and the vistas of the hill country. So if you drive, and as when we hop on my car, you'll see what I'm talking about. So beautiful, beautiful homes. The majority of the neighborhood, those subdivisions are gated. So it gives you a lot of security and more privacy. And also the views are just amazing. So that's why it commands a little bit of a higher price tag. But just to give you an idea, so if you come down Crystal Falls Parkway, all these little subdivisions, not Treviso, we're going there next, but all these guys are part of Crystal Falls. Actually, let me zoom out a little bit for you guys so you get a better idea. So the maps are not bringing it up too good, but you get the idea. Basically, Crystal Falls Parkway is the main avenue in and out of it, and then off of it come off all these different neighborhoods in Crystal Falls. But very highly sought out neighborhood, very well established. A lot of elevation on these homes, which gives it a really cool feel to it. And obviously, you're in Leander School District, which is a top district here in the Austin area. Next, we have Treviso, another highly sought out neighborhood. If you're looking for luxury and a higher price tag, the median home price in Treviso is closer to $1 million. I think it's around $900,000. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of property, Treviso. The theme of the homes are Italian inspired, Italian architecture, I should say. So this gives you an idea where Treviso is located. So it's kind of the gateway into the hill country, but they have about 355 acres of natural parkland. So there's a ton of natural space in this area. Another thing about Treviso, the amenity center is pretty amazing. And it seems like every single weekend they are having a party or they're having some sort of event for the kids and adults. They have a lot of late night parties for all the adults out in Treviso. But beautiful, beautiful community. If you have any questions about this, our team has actually sold 2 homes in the last about 3 months. One of them was priced at 3.8 and the other one was priced at 2.5. Beautiful, beautiful homes. I'm actually going to show them here in a little bit as we hop on our car. Beautiful homes. So if you have any questions about Treviso, if you're looking for that luxury lifestyle with a ton of activities for the kids and yourself, this is a great, great neighborhood to live in. Beautiful homes. But again, enough talking for me. Let's hop on the car and I'm going to show you both Crystal Falls and Treviso. right, so now for the grand finale, I wanted to show you something that I think would be really cool activity for the kids and yourself as well. So Leander, believe it or not, actually has dinosaur tracks, and several of them. So, and it's within easy access. One thing to keep in mind though, since like I mentioned on the other video of the pros and cons of Leander, 183 right here is being expanded tremendously, right? So there's a lot of new construction to take into account all the people that are moving to this area, right? So they're expanding 183 a lot. So there's a ton of new construction, which can create traffic, as you might expect. So if you're wanting to take the kids out on an adventure and check out some dinosaur tracks, just keep in mind that there will, when I went there, the trail was a little bit hard to find. But look, if you look at Google, it's already telling you where to go and what to take. But just there's a lot of new construction right here and loose gravel and things like that. So just keep that in mind if you venture yourself out there, that it could be a little bit hazardous for you and the kiddos, but it's totally doable. The other cool thing is that as you get on that trail, you're walking on the creek bed or on the river bed, and unless there's a downpour, you are going to be able to walk the whole distance out to the dinosaur tracks. And I think it's probably about almost a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile to get out there. But a really, really cool spot to take the kids. You could even have a picnic out there. The cool thing is that there are some homes here on the bluffs. So those homes have a really, really good views of the creek and everything else. But again, I thought that I would finish the video with this because you can actually see some dinosaur tracks right here. And Google will guide you over there. And there's some water as well. There's some wildlife. Watch out for snakes and scorpions, obviously, because we're in Texas. But I wanted to finish the video with this because I thought it was a really cool amenity that Leander has for you and the kids. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I just wanted to highlight the exciting new things that are happening in Leander and also point out some of the established and new neighborhoods coming in. So hopefully this can make your decision about moving to Leander, Texas just a little bit easier. So again, whether you're thinking about moving in 90 days, 9 months from now, maybe a year from now, don't hesitate to reach out and we'd be more than happy to walk you through the process. We know that it can be an intimidating process moving from out of town or even in Texas. So we have helped many families so far, whether finding a new construction home or a resale home in the Leander area. So we'd be more than happy to help you through that process. But until then, I hope you enjoy the video and I'll see you next time. Take care.
There you go, guys. Look at this. Isn't this cool? I don't know if you can make it out. There's one.